Hello friends, welcome to Kirti Rani classes. In today's video, we will be talking about measures of national income. In this video, I will be explaining this whole topic in English. If you want the same topic in Hindi, you can check out my channel. You will get the same topic in Hindi for explanation. Okay. Now let us get started. So, what is the measures of national income? Measures of national income means the various methods by which you can evaluate the national income, by which you can measure the national income. Let us see what it means. Measuring national income is a complex task because it involves tracking every economic transaction within a country. Economists use three primary methods to calculate it. Since the total value of production must be equal to the total income generated, which in turn equals to the total expenditure, all three methods ideally yield the same result. Whether you calculate it through income, through expenditure, or through the amount of production, all the three methods will give the same result, the same amount of national income. So, what does it actually say? It says that to measure the national income, you need to track or identify every single economic transaction happening inside a country. Whether it is for the production of goods, okay, for the expenditure, or how does it generate income for one person. So it says that national income is the measure of product, right? Like NNP, the net national product, right? So it is a measure of product. So the amount of total goods produced would be equal to the amount of total expenditure, and in turn would be equal to the total income. Therefore, all the three methods yield the same result. So what are these three methods? Let us look at it one by one. The three methods are the product method, that is also known as value added method. Second is the income method, which is also known as factor income method, and the third is the expenditure method. As the name suggests, the first one calculates the amount of produced products in a country. Second method calculates the amount of income generated in the economy, and third method calculates the amount of expenditure generated in an economy. Let us look at them one by one. So the first method is our product method or value added method. So what does it say? This method calculates national income by adding up the value of all final goods and services produced in an economy during a year. To avoid the double counting, that is counting the same product twice, because whenever a product goes through processes, one finished product could be another's raw material. For example, iron and steel industry, their finished product, the refined iron and steel, would be the raw material for various other manufacturing industries, right? So to avoid the double counting, that is counting the same product multiple times at different stages, economists only count the value added at each stage of production. Okay, what is the particular value that the process has added in that product? So what is the formula for this method? It says that value added would be equal to value of output minus intermediate consumption. Okay. So what is the value of output? Would be the value of the final product. And what is intermediate consumption? Intermediate consumption is the consumption which is made in between, like the producer using it for their own growth. So that type of consumption is intermediate consumption, made in between. So what does it focus on? It focuses on each sector: agricultural, industry and service. What are the precautions that you should need to know? It excludes the sale of second-hand goods and the value of intermediate goods like flour used to make a bread. Okay, so it ignores that. Now this was the main formula. The value added would be equal to the value of output minus intermediate consumption. Now what is the value of output? If we look at it in detail, the value of output would be equal to the sales plus change in stock. Okay, so what is the total final formula? Sales plus change in stock minus intermediate consumption would be the value added. Now that value added would be for that one particular sector, like value added in agricultural sector, value added in industry and value added in service sector. And if we add all the value added in all the three sectors, we will finally get GDP at MP. But as we know, GDP at MP is not actually the national income. The national income is NNP at FC, the net national product at factor cost. And in previous video we have discussed how can you go from GDP at MP to NNP at FC. So we will just add and subtract depreciation, net factor value added from abroad, and the net indirect taxes, and thus we will arrive at the national income of the country through product method. So if we have to summarize this whole method, it basically says that it will calculate the amount of production in a particular sector, for example agricultural industry or tertiary and service sector. It will exclude the intermediate consumption, that so to avoid the double counting, means they will calculate one set when it was a final good for another firm, but it became a raw material at the second firm, so it will not double count it. It will exclude the double counting, that is intermediate consumption, and will give us the total value added to that product, and thus we can find out the national income of the country. Moving on to our next method, which is the income method. So what does the income or factor income method says? This method measures the national income from the perspective of the owner of the factors of production. Now what are the factors of production? Factors of production are land, labor, capital and enterprise. So the owners of these factors of production, it views from that point of view. So it sums up all the income earned by the individuals and household for the contribution to the production process. Okay, it will calculate what is the income earned by the laborers, that is in the form of wages, by the landowners in the form of rent, by the people who have contributed capital in the form of interest, and by the enterprise in the form of profit. So what is the total income earned by all the owners of these factors of production? It will calculate that thing. So the total sum of the compensation of employees, operating surplus and mixed income will give us the national income of any country. Now what does the compensation of employees include? Compensation of employees include all the wages, salary and employers' contribution to social security. So compensation means how are we compensating the employees? How are we remunerating the employees for the work that they did? So we either give them wages, or we either give them salary, or the employers contribute there in the social security, right? Like the pension plan, etc. So that is the compensation of employees. The next part is operating surplus. Now what is operating surplus? Operating surplus is the rent, interest and profit. Okay, so for the operation of the process, for the operation of the whole production process, you will have to pay factory rent, you will have to pay interest to the creditors, you will earn profit, right? So that is an operating surplus. Throughout the operation, this surplus or this income you have produced. So we will add all these three and we will get the operating surplus. The third is the mixed income. So mixed income is the income of self-employed individuals like farmers or shopkeepers. So they do not actually manufacture a good, they do not earn salary, they do not earn profit or interest. They produce by themselves and they sell it by themselves. So this is the mixed income, is the income of the self-employed. Okay. So their wages and profit cannot be seen easily separated. We cannot separate what actually is the part of their salary and what actually is the part of their profit. If you are earning by yourself, if you are farming by yourself, you cannot differentiate. No, this was my salary and this is the extra that I have earned on top of my salary, right? That's why it is termed as mixed income. So now we will add all these three components: compensation of employees, operating surplus and mixed income. And we will get, by adding all three, we will get our national income. So this was the process of the income method. So in this, we will add all the income generated by the owners of the factors of production, which is categorized in three categories: compensation of employees, operating surplus and mixed income. We will add all those and thus we will arrive at the national income of our economy. Moving on to our next method, which is the expenditure method. Now what does expenditure method say? So this method looks at the final demand for goods and services. It adds up all the spending done by the different sectors of the economy on final product. Okay. Now, as the name suggests, expenditure is all the expenses that has been done on the product, on the production process, right? So, it adds up all the spending that has been done on the production process to produce that final good or their services by different sectors of an economy on the final product. Now, what are its key components? The key terms that you will need to know. The first is the private final consumption expenditure, government final consumption expenditure, gross domestic capital formation, and net exports. So these are the four components. Okay, here first is private final consumption expenditure. What are those? So as the name suggests, the private like the households and all. So whatever they spend on foods, clothes, or all their things that they need for their standard of living, so that would be private final consumption expenditure. Now what is government final consumption expenditure? It includes the government spending on such things like the furniture or whatever assets they would need for their own use or the public things. Next is the gross domestic capital formation. It means the investment made by business in machinery and construction. Okay, so whatever they need to use in capital formation, the capital formation, you know, all the assets and all. So whatever will form their capital will increase their assets. So all that expenditure would come under this category, gross domestic capital formation. Next is the net exports. Now what is net exports? That is the total value of exports minus the value of imports. Net exports means how much we exported less whatever we have imported. Okay. So these were the four components in this formula. When we add all these four components, we will get GDP at MP, and from there we can derive the NNP at FC, the national income of our country. So to summarize this, the expenditure method, it tells us that how a country, whatever the expenditure was made, the total expenditure was made on the final goods and services by the owners. So we will add all those things. It has been divided in these four categories. So we will add all these four categories, and then we will arrive at the GDP at MP, and from there we can go to NNP at FC, the national income of an economy, and thus we can find out the national income. So this is how all the three method works. The first is production, income method, and expenditure method. So moving on to our next slide, here is the summary table of this topic. So the first column shows up what the method is there. The second column shows what the primary source of data they use to calculate through that method and what does it focus on. So let us see the first method, that is the product method or the value added method. It takes its data source is the census of agriculture or industry, right? So it needs to know how much production was made, how much product was produced in that particular time period. And what does it focus on? It focuses on what is being produced in that sector in that particular period. Next is the income method. Now its primary data source would be the income tax record or the social security, because from there we know exactly how much a person has earned and in what ways they have earned. Now what does it focus on? Who is earning the wealth and how can we add it up all to find out the national income. Next is the expenditure method. What it is primary source of data? The retail sales or the government budgets. Okay, and what does it focuses on? It focuses on where is the money being spent. Where is the money being actually spent? So then we can identify the expenditure made, and therefore we can calculate the national income. So these were the three methods. The primary source from which they take up their data and what exactly they focus on. With this, our topic, the measures of national income, has completed. Thank you for watching this video. If you want the exact same topic in Hindi, you can check out my channel. There is the same topic explained completely in Hindi by me. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like my channel, subscribe my channel for further updates, comment under it how do you like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you.